on the road. For the second straight game playing out in the Midwest, our Stanford Cardinal now travel to Ohio to face the Akron Zips and a former one of our teammates. Transferring away from Stanford a couple off seasons ago, Isaiah Whittaker, the power back who frankly just never took that next step with us. He moved on here to Akron, and he has seen some upgrades and is working his way up the depth chart. As a redshirt junior, he is finally starting to see some snaps, about 4 carries per game, but those carries are paying off as he has 2 touchdowns. So look for him closer towards the red zone. But he and his teammates will have a tough foe in our defense, who is currently number 2 in the nation in yards given up. The only team better, though, is Akron, surprisingly, who has also played 2 games. And when it comes to the offensive side, both teams, again, pretty similar here, well below average in total yards. But despite that, in these last 2 games, we put up points, 42 against Oklahoma. And then last episode, we put up 52 against Northwestern, including 21 points alone in the second quarter. And that has largely been thanks to the new quarterback in town here for our Cardinal, Justin Sorensen. He's taken a lot of steps forward as a young quarterback, and it is paying off. So far this year, 531 yards, averaging over 250 passing yards a game, 7 touchdowns, not a single turnover, and hitting on 74%. And on top of a good passing game, the running game has showed up. Joe Wesovich, while healthy, he's averaging 7 yards a carry. Taj Jewell, 4 yards a carry. He has 3 rushing touchdowns. And honestly, running isn't even what he does best. That is receiving, where he averages about 65 yards a game, 16 per grab, 8 catches, 129 yards. Tag that up with Ben Vallejo, who's had a great start to his senior year. And the breakout last game, Gordon Lockett. Absolutely phenomenal play, came in after a really good camp, jumping up to our highest overall, and his performance shows that he needs more playing time. So unfortunately for Rafael Bargava, the redshirt senior, he's going to move out of the starting 2. We have a similar situation over on the defensive side as Damian Dragan, the senior transfer from UW, has come in. And he's played phenomenal. He's coming off a fantastic game as well, where just before half last game, he had 2 interceptions, setting up 2 quick touchdowns, which gave us 14 of those 21 points. However, we're looking to find a new guy to tag team with him when it comes to the dime and nickel formations. JP Waddle has been out there, and while he is a very athletic player, the problem with him is the block shedding is very raw, and the coverage leaves a lot to be desired in man. So against Akron, we're going to see what Greg Lovelace can do. Another redshirt junior for us, a former 4-star recruit out of high school. Run stopping is going to be a little bit more complete with him. The coverages, they differ. A little bit less for the zone, but a higher man coverage with still tremendous athleticism, 94 speed to 95 excel. As we look to get things underway here in Akron, expect a couple new starters. But on top of that, we're looking to get these starters out of here early on, as we are officially underway with a touchback will be the 25, where Akron and quarterback 1 Ogletree will step out. Now they are clearly having a good start to their season, 2-0, and we're going to see a good bit of the passing game from them. Read option though to start with a 1v1 on Ty Holly. Help will come in lovely, stopping him at the line to gain. But they do gain a first down as we bring the blitz, passes downfield and broken up Ty Holly. Tremendous recovery there to jar that one free, and barely getting that RPO out. They do find their receiver out wide. Goes as a gain of 6 for Gonzalez. Setting up a 3rd and 4 empty set with a quick rush. Henderson will drag him down with a massive loss on the play. They lose 13 back to the 29. And we got a little jig happening out here. Jump on it. Defense, they respond. And they are going to force a punt here. Akron with a good start, but they falter. Pretty good punt here, though. With blockers in front, Legend and Ogbar. He weaves in and out. He's got space headed down the sideline at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Legend Anagbar. It's the punt 6 for the Stanford Cardinal. To get this game going, who needs the offense to find any points when your special teams will do it themselves? The first real legendary play, though, that we've gotten to see from Legend Anagbar. He was a highly touted recruit coming out of high school, but very similar to Whittaker. We just haven't seen him take that next step, but going to work on special teams, we will take as they hand it off, and it is Lovelace. No, check that, Dragon and Henderson. Stanford has done very little when it has come to bringing in transfer players, but the few they have shown up big. It's Henderson back in the backfield. He ended their last drive with that big sack. Then we got the punt 6. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 20 as they're back at the 15. With time, Ogletree will scramble here, sliding down in front of Dragon. It will be another punt. Well, this time there won't be any magic on the return. Starting though plus side, a solid enough return for us. It'll be the 46, where we hand off to 24. Wesovich popped at the line. Maurice Nails credited with the stop. And of course, we saw Akron's stats on defense. They've been phenomenal. As we get the halfback screen out, it's to Jewel. But the speed goes step for step, and a loss of 3 then for the Cardinal, setting up a 3rd and 13. Trips look to the right-hand side, Vallejo to the left. See what they've got dialed up here as Sorensen will leak out himself. He's got blocks downfield, tries to get to the outside, does get the first down. It'll be a gain of 18 for Justin Sorensen, converting the 3rd and long. Flipping the formation this go around, and once again, he's going to step up, but just back to the line. Not quite getting that extra push. And we talked about rotating the offensive line at the end of last episode. It's the same kick starting today as Wesovich is dropped behind. He's more of the power back here for the Cardinal, and that speed was not able to find the corner. It's again a 3rd and long. Tight look, no one jumps. We'll throw it outside where they've got Kramer, who'll get the catch, turn down the sideline. He's got a gain of 15 and out of bounds at the 15. A good conversion there. They all keep coming here on 3rd down. Trips to the left-hand side. Bargava all the way spread outside will be there in any of the 3 receiver sets. And they've got him for the touchdown. Bargava's biggest play of the season so far. Catch number 4 gives the Cardinal their 2nd touchdown of the 1st quarter. But this time, the Akron fans are not celebrating that one. Starting back at the 11, down 14. Ogletree, what do you got here for us? Handing it off, and will just be 3. We've yet to see our former teammate take the field yet. Keep an eye out for number 33, as slipping back, it's Leonhard. That sets up a very doable down here. They need just about a yard, a little bit underneath. RPO and downfield. They've got the catch. Manu Cave will catch back up to bring him down. Saves a potential touchdown play, however, still gives up a massive gain as Trevor Faucha injured up front here for Akron. Gain of 6 on the run. We'll see how that injury affects the offensive line moving forward, as they've ran a lot of RPO under pressure and make it a 3rd. And it's only the 3rd possession so far today for Akron. There's been at least 1 sack per go here for Nathan Henderson. He's trying to add his name to the long line of top-tier pass rushers Coach Barrington has produced. Sets up a 3rd and 12 as they go for vert, and 3 linemen converge. It's Henry getting there first as we see Augustine and Blair arrive to help clean up. Well, that takes us to the break. Cardinal will take over to start the 2nd quarter. But it has been all Cardinal in this one so far. -3 rushing. Akron has popped up for a couple good passes. It's been Cardinal on all 3 facets. and looking to get the second quarter underway. It will be a 1st and 10 of the 17. And sitting back in coverage, looks like Justin Sorensen making a change up there. He's got multiple receivers out there, but it's going to be a handoff. Wesovich, who cuts left and runs through the safety. A dominant run for the Stanford Cardinal. And they're going to bring that same look right back out. Trips now go to the left-hand side. Bargava alone to the right. Play action. And looking downfield, Ben Vallejo off his hands. What a shame. He had good positioning there. He just wasn't able to fight fully through that defender. Wesovich now taking the carry right-hand side and picking up 2. That leaves the Cardinal with another 3rd down. They've been pretty good on these so far here today. With a hard count, they should be moving 5 yards closer as it is encroachment from their DT. So changing up their look then with a 3rd and 3. Will be 2 spread either side. Snapping that ball and throwing outside, tipping it away, intended for Thrash. Akuda breaks it up. Well, that doesn't appear to be stopping this offense. They are right back out on that field. Same look here. Hard count should have been a free play. However, the refs do not flag it. Justin Sorensen will make it up himself then, scrambling for that 1st down. Cardinal convert on 4th and get right back to it. Keeping the 2 spread look. And looking to go outside. That one's going to go a little bit too far to the sideline. Pass intended for Bargava. So clearly the change is starting to open things up for him. As it's Wesovich with a good run down the gut. A gain of 8 on 2nd. Sets up a 3rd and short. And it's the quarterback power formation here as Vallejo in motion. They're going to fake it to him. Tracked down from behind. Derek Prochet with the stop for the Zips. But again, offense stays on the field. They've got a bunch right-hand side. And again, that nose tackle jumps early. They've gotten him 3 times, only called twice. But you just have to be aware, this Cardinal team, they're going to try to get you on that as often as they can. 1st and 10, down to the 36. It's Wesovich taking on the linebacker and will pick up 4. Seeing a good mix of the 2 running backs so far today. Bunch stays left-hand side, as it will be a pass rolling to the right here. Trying to let things set up. They will find Vallejo downfield and pushed out just short of the 5 for 1st and goal. Of the starting bunch at receiver, he is the slowest, but that time it seemed to actually pay off here for the Cardinal. They keep with a spread look and having to dance around. Oh, receiver breaks open, and we've got a 1st career touchdown. True freshman Jalen Cameron. He gets in the end zone for the Cardinal, making it a 3-score advantage. And if Coach Barrington was wanting to get his starters out of this game early, they're well on their way. About midway through the 2nd quarter, it's 21, and a big hit there does not jar it free. What hands there from the tight end. But a 3-score lead still intact here for the Stanford Cardinal, 21-0. They've found some success passing, but they just haven't finished drives. Handing this ball off here and finding some space goes Leonhardt. At the 40, it's hurry up as Ogletree gets them set up. Going read option right into Nathan Henderson. Mixing in, we see Rico Body, slot corner coming in to help fill. They'll continue with their hurry up here, though, at the same time, taking their time. And will throw to an open receiver. No one saw him there, including the cameras, until they threw it. In fact, I think the only one who knew he was out there was Ogletree. Gives him a good ball, just short of the 1st down marker. Cardinals stack the front, but cutting to the weak side will be a 1st down. I feel like that would have been a good spot to bring in Whittaker, but they'll bring him out here. Check number 33 in the backfield as he takes the carry with some space, almost broke away. Ty Holly brings him down before he can escape. Gain of 4 for the former Stanford Cardinal as they're down to the 43 plus side now. With a lot of motion here for number 5. He's going to be pretty tired pre-snap. Looking his way outside and will lose one. Manu Cave crashed on that rather quickly, sets up a 3rd and 7, which they will look to go to the air here, and Ogletree escapes. Henderson not able to track him down. That takes us through the 2-minute break here. 3 timeouts apiece as they're trying to find their first points of this game. And on time, they find their running back out of the backfield. Zips putting together a good drive here. They just need to finish. About 1.5 minutes to go. Empty set for Ogletree. And under pressure, make it a 4th. Nathan Henderson is back again. And it seems like this D-line group has been hitting some dance classes. I don't know what's happening in the rec room, but it's showing in the cellies as Tyrone Heggie breaks up that pass. And it sets up another 3rd and long here for the Zips. Ogletree thought about throwing. Instead, he'll scramble. He carries Ty Holly for a good chunk. We'll set him up for a much easier field goal with time ticking off the clock here. They'll let this run down until they have to kick. Or they'll call a timeout and freeze their kicker. I guess whatever works for them. Tanyan to try to get them on the board here to end the half. And it's going to be blocked by Alex Augustine. Getting it is Tyrone Heggie. He will sprint down the hashes. Not a zip in sight. And it will be 4 score before halftime. 28-0. Just pure domination for the Stanford Cardinal is where we end the half with 2 big plays made on special teams. As we mentioned at the end of the first quarter, it's every single facet of the game here for the Stanford Cardinal. 62 pass to 58 rush, 7 first downs. We're playing clean out there. Meanwhile, we're forcing mistakes on Akron. 28-0, and I'm sure Coach Barrington will start to rotate guys here in the second half. And as the offense looks to take the field, it's already heavily rotated. Sorgi will lead out the group to start the half, as it is Taj Jewell taking the carry down the middle. As we mentioned at the top, primarily more of a receiving back. Looks like they're going to look to see what he could do with some more traditional carries. Checking down here, though, they find Jewell with a flag in the backfield. This one will be tacking on a free 15 as they're going to get roughing the passer on Tyler Savoy. That moves the Cardinal then to the 40 with a first down. Trips to the right-hand side. We're seeing all the normal receivers out there. Cardinal do only have 5 active receivers. Finding Lockett here, he weaves down to the 35. And I'm sure he's looking to continue off of his standout performance last game. Still going to be playing in the slot, but in the 2 receiver sets, he will be out there as we see him and Lockett here. At the 35, more play action, going to roll. Looking downfield and squeezing it into Lockett. Good throw. Just enough height on it from Sorgi. Gets it over the underlying defenders. And Jewell speed to the outside where he just tried to hurdle. That is not going to pay off. Instead, a gain of 9. And we see Bigham's check in. Let Jewell kind of catch himself after taking that big hit. Taking on the linebacker and rolling him down to the 1. We've only got to see a little bit of Bigham's, and he's right back off the field. Setting us up for Taj Jewell to follow the pulling guard and go untouched. Second team offense comes in, and there is no slowing them down. They tack on another touchdown here, putting 35 on the board, and we still have well over a quarter and a half to go here in Akron. With the offense not taking a single step back, the defense continuing that trend, as Akron's offense did find success against the first team defense, just didn't find the end zone. We'll see if their luck turns as they do pick up 4 on that handoff. 2nd and 6 might be 2nd and 11 as their right tackle jumps. Just simply undisciplined. We've seen that throughout a couple different spots on this Akron team. Going with a handoff and gonna find pretty much all their lost yardage plus about 1 or 2. But we'll set up the Zips with a 3rd and 4. Looking to go back to the air. Drag, big hit from Bloom. Will keep them well short of the line to gain. And with all the snaps the second teams have been getting, those guys even seem to be improving. Big play there from Bloom. Offense takes over here at the 38. Keeping it is Sorgi. He's going to burst down the middle, try to weave outside. A big gain from him in a rather quick burst. I know we haven't got to see much from him, but that was very impressive as Taj Jewell showing that same burst here. The wow. That Akron defender just flew over number 4. If you thought our guys had the speed, well, clearly he's on a whole other level. Babineau going to take the carry here for a short gain. I do like the fact that Coach Barrington is getting everyone involved here when the rotations do occur. Down to the 34, and trying to follow the blocks. Taj Jewell bouncing around like a pinball wizard. He'll set us up for a 3rd and 2 here with 2 spread either side. Sorgi letting this develop, though that ball is out. Jewell will tip it around and eventually jump on it. 4th and 17. And frankly, I don't know what Coach Barrington is doing here. Offense stays on the field. Hard count won't work. They try it again, and there's a lot of movement. But it looks like jumping first will be the right tackle. Perhaps Coach was just trying to get in range to try a long field goal. But inevitably, they punt following that penalty. And they go with play action. The drag opens up. Second big catch of the day for 15, Gonzalez. I think that has been the key to success for Akron so far this year, has been their speed, setting them apart from their lesser competition. As Ogletree, he scrambles, picking up that first down. Kafka eventually gets that tackle at the 40. As they go with a pulling guard here out in front, opens up some running lanes. They're really testing these young DTs. We got Manuel out there and Alakai going with the run yet again, stretching it and just about picking it up. But it also takes us to the break. Third quarter has come and gone with a 35-0 deficit for the Akron Zips. And some very fine stats for the Stanford Cardinal. 111 passing, 111 rushing. I like the look of that. But we get the fourth quarter underway here out on defense. And play action. They eventually check down and getting by Middlebrooks. Leon Hart down the sideline to the 27. He's been pretty good out there for the Zips. Makes sense when we don't have our former teammate out there much. Play action and rolling into the rush. It will be another sack on the day for the Stanford Cardinal and the first on the year for Vieira. He got some pressure in his first game checking in against OU late on, but didn't have a sack in that one. Sets up a 2nd and 13 as again they go with a pulling guard right into the defense. There was a variety of bodies over there to help make sure that was a stop. Even saw the young corner out there making the play. As there's a good run stop from Lovelace. Coach Barrington has kept him in to see all what he could do in coverage. 4th and 13. And they'll look downfield. Well, that's not going to get the safety much of any playing time, as that was 100% a pick ball waiting to happen. Instead, Kegler just happened to be right place, right time, getting the first touchdown on the day for the Zips. And no longer is it 35 to Zip. We take over at the 18 with House now in, so it looks like we've rotated even more. Biggums, he's going to take the carry to the outside here. Stiff arm to no success. That'll end up being about a gain of 1 at the most. Motioning here into the backfield is Biggums. They throw quickly on the screen. Big fella out in space. He will rumble for that first down. Looks like we're going to see every possible player that we can out there, as we have even some more rotation here at receiver. Wesovich is even out wide. And he will get open. Bad pass, but it's going to work out here for the Cardinal. Wesovich down to the 30 with the truck stick. Will tack on 5 more. That just might be a note for Coach. He's definitely still a receiving back. Moves to the backfield here as he takes the true handoff. Just following his blocks, picking up another 4. Just keeping some steady moving here with a bunch now to the right-hand side. Vallejo spread out to the left. And trying to buy time. Moving around. House will scramble. He's got a lane. Diving across the goal line. Nate House checks in, and Nate House runs for that touchdown. Cardinal respond to Akron Zips. and yet again drop 40 points in a game. So I guess it's safe to say then that yards gained isn't always the best indicator of a good offense. As Ogletree's having a bounce, a Nogbar will peel off and ensure he slides. Risky move as that could have then left the receiver open, but Ogletree, he just scrambles to his second and inches. As the Cardinal bring the pressure, and bumping him out is Heggie. That one goes as a loss of about 3.5 yards. And it looks like Heggie's playing some off-ball linebacker here. We see Henderson in, and he's going to get to Ogletree. What is that, 4 or 5 for him today? And it was supposed to be backup time. But I guess he talked coach into giving him one more opportunity, and it's going to pay off. He hit career sack number 30. Some days just very few things go right for one team while everything seems to go right for the other. A punt will be forced, and set back to return is Bargava, putting on a great spin move. He's going to break to the right-hand side. He finds a slip back lane, weaves back outside, 10-5, touchdown Cardinal. A second kick return here today, punt return even. But from a second guy, Bargava, the receiver, takes it to the house. Well, that is where this one will come to a close. 49-7. We put up 14 in 3 of the 4 quarters. And this is one of the few examples where a game goes exactly as you hope it's going to. Nathan Henderson, he hit that 30 career mark. He will take home the player of the game with 5 sacks here today. Special teams, offense, defense, everybody showed up. And when you have that happen with both your first and second team, you know you have a special group of players, and even so, a young group of players. Well, that is really where the fun and games stop for the next couple of weeks, as we have a rivalry. Fans for both teams are ready for this year's Stanford USC rivalry, with both teams being highly ranked. There is more on the line than just bragging rights, and that is definitely the case. We have a perfect season brewing here, with a 94 overall team taking on a 90 overall team in the Trojans, a team that I don't believe we played against last season. And it really does kickstart a tough stretch of games for us. Kickstarting Pac-12 play, as well as another rivalry in the following week against Notre Dame. We then go to Colorado. We've always gone to Colorado, and they've always played us very well. Though after those 3 games, I think we do take another step back here until maybe week 12 or week 13. So the real core of our season and the proving grounds for these players, they're going to be these next 3 games. And these games will also be important when it comes to recruiting and showing these guys that we've got what it takes for them to commit. Now, we do have some big news. Devin Null, he was that DT that I want to say after week 1 had locked us out. Somehow we broke back into this competition. I don't know how, because we were locked out because we were outside his top 8 when he hit that point. But I guess when he got closer to his top 5, some other teams fell off on his recruiting, and we've now actually jumped all the way up to number 1. We have a similar story, though not as much success here, with Tim Cookus, a cornerback that, again, we were out of in the first week. We only have cracked into his top 10, and it's not by much. So we're definitely going to look to rejig some points here to try to get a better spread on these guys. But for the most part, we're in a pretty good race with a lot of these guys. Some of them well in hand, so again, those will be the guys we'll take some points off of. But we're close to getting some visits scheduled. But make sure you are here for next episode. You do not want to miss the Stanford versus USC game. It's going to be big. It's going to be in Palo Alto, so we'll have some home field advantage. Make sure you let these guys know you're here to support them as well by smashing that thumbs up button, and as well making sure you're here by hitting that bell icon in the bottom right, or scrolling down, hitting that sub button and tapping that bell icon so you're notified when these videos go live. Back here on Monday and Fridays as always. And we've got some big news, as on Tuesday and potentially Thursday, depending on how long it takes, we've got Cha-Cha Vaz playing with the majors. As he did get called up to spring training, we got to make sure we play well, lock in our spot there. And we've got a 3-game series headed to you with the Jacksonville Jaguars on Wednesday. So hope you guys are as excited as I am about this next week of games, capping off a really good start to this season.